actually see me. I'm going to go ahead and hit record so we can make sure we save the session for later. But again, welcome to Moxi Monday. It's so good to be able to see you guys every single week and to be able to really look at our platforms and our tools on a deeper level and focus on one thing to make it a little bit easier for you guys. So today I thought, you know, what would be great would be to just show you guys something that can really amplify your Moxi presentations. And I know we've gone in how to build them and we've shown you guys how to really customize them and make them personalized. But something that I feel like is very, very important, and I think all of you would agree, would be testimonials. We can build great websites. We can build great testimonials. Build great presentations, but sometimes those testimonials really do speak for themselves. And I know for me personally, a testimonial or a slew of testimonials is going to speak a lot more to me than just somebody's spiel about what they can do, because it's personal experience. So what we're going to show you today is how we actually have Zillow integrated into your Moxi presentations to allow the Zillow reviews you already have there to funnel through and actually showcase themselves right on your presentation. And honestly, guys, it's pretty simple. And so what I'm going to show you today is how to do it. Because it doesn't take very long, I'm going to go through the process from start to finish and then show you again, because I know that repetition tends to help for a lot of people. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And when I do, if somebody can please put in the chat bar or nod up and down to say I can see you and I can hear you, that would be awesome.
You are all
that
set.
Way we can jump in.
Nailing it. You're all good.
Okay, perfect. Now, for this scenario, I am not an agent, so I'm actually utilizing one of our agent profiles, and I did get permission to use her for this scenario. So I'm going to show you the starting point. Now, for those of you who don't know, and if you haven't seen the integrations before, we can actually integrate both platforms, .loop and Zillow, right into our systems here. So let's show you first the starting location, and then I'm going to show you how to actually turn it on. Because where in websites, when you turn it on and integrate it, it actually will showcase for you. But in Present, you're going to need to make sure you turn it on each time you create the presentation. And that's intentional, and I'll get to that in just a minute. So first and foremost, you're going to go ahead and log in to your Moxi platform. When you do, you're going to want to make sure you are on the agent tools section or the agent profile. Let me expand my screen here just a little bit to see if I can help it out a little bit more. Okay, perfect. So if you're not on the agent profile, the way you get to the agent profile is simply by going in the upper right-hand corner and clicking on your agent profile icon. And then you're going to choose My Account, and it's going to take you right here where we are. I'm going to make it a little bit larger for you guys as well when it loads. That way you can see it a little bit more. So very simply, they've actually set it up in a way that makes it very easy for us to navigate. On the left-hand side, there is this panel. What we are going to do for this scenario is we're actually going to go to where it says Agent Tools. And if you haven't done this yet, you'll want to take just a minute right when Moxi Monday is over to make sure you connect these platforms. Very simply, we are going to click Integrated Tools. Now here is where very quickly you can connect your system to .loop, which if you're using Engage, our CRM, it allows you to take a client from prospect all the way to a populated contract where it even creates it and populates it for you. That's really cool. So what you would do for that is you would hit Connect Account, and that's a different training that we've already done. So you can actually hit up our video sessions in Schmidt Video Classroom and look for that. But for now, we're going to focus on Zillow. Very simply, you're going to make sure this is enabled. What you're going to do before you can enable it is very simply click Enable, and then you're going to type in the email that is associated with your Zillow account. So this is important to clarify. It isn't just your email with Coldwell Banker that we provide to you. It needs to be the email that you have your Zillow account associated with. As soon as you type that email in right here and hit Save, it immediately is going to connect your Zillow account to both your website and your presentations. So as soon as we're enabled here and we're confirmed it's the correct email, we're going to go right into Present. To do so, top navigational panel, we're going to choose the word present, which takes us into our presentations. For those who are new to Moxi or to these Moxi Mondays, you can create a seller presentation, a buyer presentation, a buyer tour, or even a personal listing presentation. We've got a lot of great trainings on that. So if you haven't learned how to do those yet, make sure you do so today, because we've got some agents who are just killing it right now in the market utilizing our systems. We are actually going to go in and edit an existing presentation. But for those of you who are new, just know as well, this also works when you click the Create New Presentation, and it takes you through very quick and easy 5 steps to either enter an MLS number to populate your presentation, or you enter the information yourself, and then it takes you right to where we're about to go. As soon as you save your presentation, it's going to land in this library here. So this library of the presentations we've made. Now, the reason I'm going to go in here is just because I want to focus on the actual act of turning on the Zillow review versus creating a new presentation for this simulation. I have found the presentation that I would like to turn on and edit, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the pencil icon, which is going to allow us to open and edit this presentation. Now, just like I said before, if I was to create new, it would take me to this same location. The only difference is I would need to enter an MLS number to populate the presentation, or I would manually enter the information, and very simply, it would walk me through these 5 steps. So what I'm showing you exists for an existing presentation, or also a presentation you're making brand new. For this tutorial, we're going to skip these 3 sections here, those 4, and we're going to go straight to the last step, which is step 5, and it's pages. Once your presentation is created, it will list these presentation pages for you on the left side. At this point, you can either add pages the brokerage has made for you or create custom pages. We also have different trainings that we've already done and recorded on that as well. Today, I'm going to focus on you and getting you personalized. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a very quick peek at this presentation and then show you what it looks like when I've turned on the Zillow reviews, just to show you very quickly. Notice how we have all of the slides listed here. What we actually is up. Sorry about that. Somebody sneezed. If everybody could mute, that would be perfect. And bless you. So I'm actually going to focus where it says agent profile. Watch what happens when I click on this and it loads. Notice what I do have here. Remember that account section that we were just on a second ago, guys? Remember how it had an area for phone number, and we've done a different training on that as well, but it pulls in your contact information. It pulls in your bio. But what it doesn't do is automatically pull in the reviews, and there's an intentional reason for that. An agent needs to have control. We want you to have the ability to have the Zillow reviews show, but you may not want your reviews to show on every presentation, right? Or maybe for every client. So it's a second to turn it on, and it's very, very easy to do it. But I wanted you to see what it looks like prior to turning it on. This is basically what your page would look like. Now, to turn it on, it's so simple and quick. Once you've connected it in the account section within Moxi, you're going to click right here each time you make the presentation or a new presentation and choose the edit option. Now, what you will notice is a box shows up on the right-hand side. So it says display. Very simply, we are just going to click the slide arrow over here to say show agent photo, show Zillow reviews and ratings on the web, and then also we're going to turn it on for PDF. So for those of you who aren't aware, Present actually allows this to be created in a digital digital view, and then also a PDF print version. This means I'm allowing my Zillow reviews to pull through to show on my digital presentation as well as my PDF. Now this part down here is important as well, and it takes just a second. This says number of Zillow reviews. This is you telling the system how many you would like to pull through on your presentation before they have to click more to view more. I think the better, option is the more reviews, the better. So we're going to swipe that bad boy all the way over here to 10, and it's going to pull in as many as it can. Now, as far as turning it on, it's done. All you do at this point is click the X and watch what happens. You're actually going to see it saving up here, And do you see how instantaneously we actually show now Zillow agent reviews? And then when they scroll down on the actual presentation, see how those reviews pull in directly? And it's important because you have to understand people are going to Zillow. They're going to Trulia, even though we want to keep them on our site. Integrating these places that they would want to go out to into our own platform keeps them with us and allows them to not have to leave. And then also, because it's such a public place, agents do like having their reviews there because people do go there a lot. So this just allows you, instead of having the agent need to make the client go to 12 different places to write a review, you know what? This platform is integrated. It allows you to allow them to do it on Zillow and pull it in, and they don't have to do anything more than just enter it on Zillow themselves. So it's very simple for your client, very easy for you. So let's go ahead and actually look at the presentation itself. To do so, I'm going to click on the view option and I'm going to choose the web version so we can see the digital presentation. Okay. As this loads, it's telling us that our presentation is ready. So we're going to scroll down, and as always, there are a couple different ways to get through the presentation. But what I love is on the right-hand corner down on the bottom, I have this bar that I'm circling my mouse around. It has a couple of lines here and a down arrow. If I wanted to very quickly get through my presentation, I can actually click through these 3 lines, which is actually all of my pages here. So I'm able to jump back and forth. That's just a cool trick for you guys. So you know you don't have to sit there and scroll and scroll. The other option is actually the down arrow. And I'm not going to go through the presentation itself. We do have separate training on that, focused on that. But I am going to go down and I want to showcase just a little bit here of how it would actually come through. First of all, I do like the Zillow integration here. It shows you how much over or under Zillow has actually priced a certain property. So it helps them dictate the value of our system being accurate over the Zillow application. But let's go ahead and take a look at how she is now viewed by her, whoever she's selling this to. On a separate training, we did a customized page for her where it was able to integrate her bio video and maybe an interactive video of a property that she's done. So that's showcasing her as well. That's a custom page, which you guys can actually seek training for that we've done. But now beyond that, imagine you're the potential client and here I am watching this and I'm a potential seller and I'm getting her video in here, her bio video, and I'm getting this great video on how she's going to market my house with an example of one she's already done. Then I get in here and I get this bio. This is what sets her apart. This is what makes her different than every other realtor out there just trying to get the sale, right? We want to connect you and personalize it. And by doing these custom pages and by adding these Zillow reviews, they're going to be able to connect with her on a different level and take other people's opinion and recommendation very personally. So now you can see in here, it's pulled it in. It has great reviews, and then it says load more reviews. So what it's going to do is continuously allow them to read review after review after review. And I think it's important to really think about what that means. I think people think I just sold a house and that's the only thing you can have a review on. Don't let that be a stopper for you guys. You have many things you can get testimonials for. It can be your character. It can be how you've done business. So definitely think about making a location point for your reviews and having people go there for pretty much anything that you can. But as you can see, this was very simple and easy. For her, it took no more than a second. In full reality, if I was creating the presentation new and I had an existing MLS number to do it with, I could create the presentation in as little as 3 to 4 minutes, the whole thing. So I love that it allows you to do it on the fly. I mean, literally somebody could call me on my cell phone and I can say, okay, I'm coming to meet you, or in 5 minutes, I'm gonna have a presentation in your email. It allows you to do it that quickly. Now, the great thing is as I showed you, you have control. So what if you don't want this review on here? Very simply, for this scenario, you can just click on that pencil button again. I'm going to show you again. On the left-hand side, agent profile, I'm going to click on the pencil that says edit, and to turn it off, I'm simply just going to slide it and say, we don't want it to show. and I'm going to hit that X, and then it's going to save and then take it back off. So very, very simple, very great integration. So to make it simple for you guys, I'm actually going to start from the beginning and I'm going to do it again just to make sure you guys can go straight from this call and immediately make this integrated today, right now. So to start again from the beginning as a quick refresh, we are going to want to make sure we log into our Moxi account. Then we're going to want to make sure we are in our agent profile. So to do so, top right-hand corner, we are clicking on the agent profile icon. We're then going to click My Account, which is going to take you right here. Understand that all that information that fed through to that presentation came from right here. So if you haven't taken just a few minutes to make sure this information is correct, you want to do that right away because you're just doing a disservice to yourself by not doing it. Personal information shows here, your contact information shows here, and you know that great bio she had that came in? That's right here. It goes under web info. If you haven't updated these 3 sections, click on the pencil and it will allow you to do that, which then immediately pulls it into both Moxi Present presentations and also your website. It will funnel it. You do it one time, it funnels it continuously to everything from there. To get integrated with .loop or Zillow, we are going to click on the left-hand panel. We're going to choose the drop-down box that says Agent Tools and choose our option that says Integrated Tools. Very simply, we are going to want to connect it, and then it's going to allow us to add in our email that is associated with Zillow. Now, if you do this and you do not see the review show up, then what you want to do is confirm your email, because it will not, for instance, if it's not the right email and you have the Schmidt, Ohio, and that's not what Zillow has, it will not pull it through. So you know immediately you have the wrong email address if it doesn't pull through instantly. Now, all I've done is I've connected it to Zillow, which took me literally just a mere couple of seconds. To get into presentations, present, I always say it weird, sorry guys. I'm going to click on present in the top panel. In order to turn on a presentation for Zillow reviews, I'm creating a new presentation, or I'm going to edit an existing presentation. I'm going to click on the edit pencil to take me into an existing presentation to save time. And we're going to skip step 1 through 4 and go straight to the last step, which is page 5, step 5, and it's called Pages. These are the pages of my presentation. I did not create a new page for this to happen, by the way, guys. There was nothing new. This automatically pulled over. Even if you do no customization, agent profile is there. You're simply going to go on the agent profile icon here that says edit. Click on the pencil to allow you to expand that section and edit it. We are now going to turn on agent photo, turn on the Zillow reviews for the web digital view, and we're going to turn on the PDF. We are also going to make sure our little tiny bar is slid over to 10, so as many reviews as possible that can come in will. We are going to go ahead and hit X. Close that out. We're going to see that it's saving, and instantaneously we have reviews. So that's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and open it up now. If you have any questions, please pull it out in the chat section. I think it's pretty clear cut here, but you know, it's always good to answer questions directly. So let's take a quick look in here. So I do have one, Victoria, if you're not seeing the Zillow info, that just means the email is not the correct one associated with your Zillow account. So you'll want to go to Zillow, and if you try to get in and you cannot get in, you might need to do a forgot password on Zillow.com. For those of you who have not created your personal profile on Zillow yet, you'll want to do that because it is free and it allows you to have integrations like this as well. So you can also claim your own leads. It's very important. So if you haven't gone to Zillow.com or Trulia.com, for that matter, all of these locations, and set up your account profile, you want to do that right away. Again, it's free. They're going to try to sell you extra stuff, but you don't need to do that. So let's take a quick look in the chat bar. Candy says that is excellent. Thank you. It is, Candy, and it's so easy, you guys. It takes 1 second, and it's just one less step for you guys. And I think anytime we can have somebody else speak for you instead of you having to talk about yourself and be showy, It's always definitely better and classy and better for business. Let's see here. I do have a question. So I do have it's a good question, Victoria. It says, I know it says a private question, but it's a good question for everybody. What if you don't have any reviews? What will it look like? Honestly, it's just going to say 0. It'll just say 0 at this point. So it'll say Zillow reviews and it won't have a number on there yet. And then as soon as you get the reviews, it will actually pull them in there. But keep in mind, if you have reviews from anywhere else, what I would do until they populate here, I would copy and paste them and put them right here with my bio. So in that account section where I showed you guys to put your bio, you can copy and paste them right here. And so people are still seeing your reviews right away. Some people make a custom page all about reviews, but how you do it's up to you. This is like the most seamless, easy way to go. I think it's pretty straight shot there, guys. Do we have any other questions? Oh, I do. Let me read this one here. Please confirm that we must use our Moxi CB email address in Zillow. Is there any workaround for this, as I have a different email? So you do not need to use your email address with our company. So our CB Schmidt, CB Great Lakes email that we provide to you guys, you do not need to use that with Zillow. Your Zillow email can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't need to be connected in that way. That's why, for example, when I went into Carolyn, she has a company email, the CB Schmidt Ohio email, but it was actually her personal Gmail that was connected with Zillow. And as long as you enter that in the account section, you'll be fine. So let me take a quick look, make sure I answered that correctly. It says, is there any workaround for this as I have a different email list? Yes. Okay. So I think I answered that. Jenny, if you can confirm that was what you were asking, but no, it doesn't need to be our email for Zillow. You can maintain the same email with Zillow always. We have a question from Dave. When do the review requests go out generally? Are they automatically sent to our clients? So this right here is something that's integrated into your presentation itself. So what would happen, Dave, great question, is, for example, if you were preparing a presentation for me, you would create this presentation and send it to me, and then I would see your review. This is not a system where it's going to populate and send it out to a sphere or automatically generate it like a drip campaign. This is just as you're actually sending your presentations out personally. And I do know also on your website, it is going to be integrated with your Moxi website, and you have the ability to have that show or not show. Again, it's not set out like a drip campaign, but it does allow you to showcase it on your website. It wouldn't want to be automatic, and I know that Moxi is really important with having you guys have the control, because if something was so automatic and you had a review on there and it went out and you didn't see it first, you probably wouldn't like that. So I think the way that they have it set up is really good. Does anybody have any other questions? I mean, look at what time we have here. We're right at 10:40. So if we don't have any other questions, I think we're good to wrap up, unless JD, you're on if you want to add anything in.
Nope, that was perfect, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. To the same. So, Ginny, just to clarify, and Elizabeth was explaining it perfectly, for Zillow, when you're connecting it, you have to enter your Zillow email, whatever that is, company or not. For Moxi, your sign-on is your CB Paradise email. So none of them need to be the same. You just need to log in with the correct email address. If you have any other issues, though, feel free to reach out to myself or Peter or Elizabeth, and we can one-on-one that with you. But just match the email with the account is all it is.
Correct. So to get into Carolyn's, I used her CB email to log into Moxi, her cbschmidtohio.com email to get into Moxi. But when I did her Zillow connection, notice how it's actually her Gmail, her personal Gmail. So it is not the same email. And the difference is, as long as you enter here, whatever is actually in Zillow, you'll be fine, regardless.